Hey guys, Matt here. Well, I got a pistol review for you guys today. As you can see here, we've got a Ruger box. Most of you probably already know what this is. I've been getting a lot of questions about it. People ask me how I like it. Apparently a lot of you out there are thinking about picking one up, so let's go ahead and take a look at it. We've got the Ruger SR22. Now let me go ahead and get the specs out of the way, tell you what you're going to get in the box, and I'll get into what I think about this gun. It's going to be about 6.5 inches long, going to be about 4.5 inches tall, about 1.25 inches thick. I think it weighs in somewhere around 14 ounces, but I'm not sure. As far as what you're going to get in the box, you're going to get, of course, all your paperwork, your lock, that kind of thing. You're going to get a little Ruger case here. You're going to get two 10-round magazines for it. You're also going to get little replacement bottom plates for your magazines. Give you a little bit extra room here in case your pinky doesn't all the way fit on it. Now this one works good for me. I haven't had any problems with it. Of course, there's no recoil on the 22, so it's not doesn't jump or anything. But I can get my full grip on that, so I haven't used them. You're also going to get an extra grip. Okay, this is the small. What I've got on here is the large, and they come off pretty easy. Okay, you just kind of take the mag out and then kind of wiggle it off. That's what the gun looks like without the grip. Okay. The big seems to work good for me and everybody in my family, but you know, maybe you got smaller kids or something like that and you want to put the smaller grip on it, that would be great. Now, one of the first things you're going to notice if you've been around pistols for any period of time is how much this looks like a Walther P22, and it does look very similar. In fact, I believe Ruger copied the design. Now, maybe it was an authorized copy, maybe they got permission, maybe they didn't, I don't know, but when you look at the design, when you look at the frame, the slide, everything on it, it looks like a Walther P22. That being said, to me, it is an upgraded Walther P22. There are some differences in the functionality and some design aspects of this gun, and we'll kind of go over that. Now, one of the first cool things about this, which doesn't really have anything to do with it being a copy of a Walther, is it's got fully adjustable front and rear sights, 3-dot sight system, which is good. This thing works great. I took it to the range. Between 2 trips now, I've put about 200 rounds through it. I've fed it Winchester White Box, Winchester Wildcats, I've fed it Federal Bulk, and also the Remington Gold Bullet, which are my favorite little 22 rounds. All cheap stuff. You guys know I only like to use the cheap stuff, and it fired everything flawlessly. No failures to feed, no jams, no nothing. Which that in itself is the first little bump up it gets over the Walther P22, because a lot of times those Walther P22s take a little bit of a break-in period before they start firing the cheap ammo. You got to use some higher velocity stuff at first to get it to the point to where it will shoot just kind of the cheap bulk stuff. This one shot the cheap bulk stuff right off the bat with no issues, so I was really happy about that. It's a very comfortable gun, just like the Walther, but another thing that gives it a little bit bump up on the Walther is I like this grip. This is kind of a rubbery texture here. Not that you really need it. Again, no recoil on the 22, but it's nice to have a little bit stickier, kind of tackier grip on there. I really do like that. It also has the magazine release in what I consider the right spot. Okay, and it is, just like the Walther, ambidextrous. Okay, you can hit that mag release from both sides. Also, the safety is ambidextrous, and another cool feature about this safety, it's also a decocker, okay, which is really cool on a 22. All right, in addition to that, just being a decocker, you can also leave the safety on, rack one in the chamber, and it automatically decocks itself. This is a true double action, single action 22 pistol, which I really like that feature. So you can, as we said, just load one in the chamber, then take the safety off. Then, of course, your first shot would be a double action trigger pull, with all subsequent shots, of course, being single action. Another cool little feature that kind of gives it a bump up over, at least in my opinion, over the Walther, is it has almost a bull barrel on the front. At least for a 22, it's got a considerably thicker barrel than the Walther. Nice little stainless steel barrel. You know, all in all, like the Walther, of course, it's a very good-looking pistol. This one just seems to have some features that I just enjoy more, that personally work better for me. And, of course, that along with the fact that it seemed to shoot just cheap bulk ammo right out of the box, it really made me like this better than I like the Walthers. And I already like the Walther P22s. Now, you guys know I'm not the biggest fan of Rugers, especially not their semi-autos, but I love their 22s, even like the Ruger 2245. I was a little hesitant about this because it is not, you know, it's more like the newer SR series, and it looks like a Walther clone and all that. But I got to tell you, I was really impressed with this. This is a fantastic little gun. At about 10 to 15 yards, I was shooting silver dollar size shots, which I'm sure that's, you know, I'm sure the gun could do much better than that. Of course, I'm just not that good of a shot. So, I mean, all in all, fantastic gun. I really love it. I would really recommend it. Now, when it comes to price, though, guys, right now prices on these in particular, along with everything else, of course, are inflated. These are fairly new. I believe they're just a little less than a year old, and so they're still kind of hard to find. There's not a lot of them out there on the market. Average price on these things is going to be about $399. That's $400 for a 22. That's a little pricey to me. I would like to see the price a little closer to, let's say, $299 or maybe even $329. At that price, I think it's worth it. And I know you could get them for those prices, but then of course we hit this little bump in the inflation of the gun market here in the last couple months, and of course prices for these, because they were already kind of hard to find because they're new to the market, just bumped back up with everything else. All in all, it's a really good pistol. If you have the money to pick one up and you don't mind spending $400, then I can easily recommend it. It is a great gun, okay? It will be a good gun at that price. However, I would like to see the prices come down a little bit more before spending that much money. Now, of course, I traded for mine, okay? It was marked $399, but I traded for it, so I didn't have to cough up $400 cash for it. So, you know, it was a little bit different for me. If that's something you're looking at, hey, go for it. But all in all, I'm really impressed with this pistol. I really like it. It shot fantastically. I love the features on it. I love the way it feels. Just, again, as being somebody who's not a Ruger fan, this is a damn good little gun. So it is something I can highly recommend if you're in the market for a good little 22, whether it's just for the range, for the kids, maybe even as a backup, you know, concealed carry gun, because it is a very small little pistol, almost small enough to be in a pocket. So all in all, highly recommend it. So anyway, that's it, guys. I appreciate you watching. Questions, comments, video responses, send them my way, and we'll talk to you later, guys. Thanks.